Hey y'all, welcome to Faith Budgets. On this channel I'll be posting videos about how I use a zero-based budget, sinking funds, cash stuffing, and savings challenges to pay off debt and save at the same time. If that's content that you're interested in, then please keep watching and definitely hit that subscribe button and join me as I try to reach financial freedom.
You've been hiding in the shadows way too long.
Hey guys, welcome back. We are ready to do a new monthly budget setup. So we are ready to start with July now. So I'll go over my July monthly budget overview, how I set up my budget now on a single income going through a divorce. This will be the second month that I'm doing it this way. So it's still in the transition period, still maybe some changes coming and along the way. So just bear with me on that part. I'm not sure if there's anything that's changed from June to July, maybe. I can't remember, but I think everything's pretty much the same. Thank you for clicking on the video. If you're new, welcome. My name's Holly. I am here in Tennessee. I have two older boys, 22 and 19, and I'm currently going through a divorce, in the process of selling the home. We're still in the home together, just trying to make things work until our place sells so that we can go our separate ways, and just doing my budget this way with my single income and showing my portion of the joint account funds, what I allocate for the bills here in the home that we are still paying together as a joint payment. That's mortgage, utilities. We're also still doing our auto insurance together and our cell phone. All those bills are still together because it makes more sense, I guess, to keep those. As long as we're getting along, we'll just keep those together for right now until everything's final and we can separate all that then. So still doing it that way for now. Thank you all for subscribing, commenting. I love chatting with you guys. I didn't forget, again, this time we're going to do the Bible trivia. This will be Bible trivia number 5. I'm getting better at laying these cards out so that I won't forget. Okay, so this is number 5 of the Bible trivia. It is, how many of Jacob's family went to Egypt during the famine? Was it 30 people, 50 people, or 70 people? Okay, and then at the end of the video, I almost turned it over and read it. At the end of the video, I will give you guys the answer. So we'll put that over to the side. Hopefully I won't forget it. And let's just get started, I guess, in my binder. This is an A5 size binder, and this is from Missy Money. The dashboard is from someone on Etsy, this one is, and then this dashboard is from me. I created that on my Etsy shop, Faith Rooted Designs. I think you can see the little logo there at the bottom. I just try to put it kind of small down there. This is from the spring collection. You can get these in A5 and A6. And they're digital downloads, so you can print them as many times as you want to, and mix it up if you want to do some A5, some A6, or if you want to print them on paper or cardstock, or even something nicer and laminated or something like that. You can do that as well. They're available to purchase and get immediate download and just print those off. And I have some a savings challenge, a 12-month savings challenge that is faith-based, and a couple other little planners, some digital products that are printable. And I have one t-shirt that I have designed. It says God Bless America, or God Bless the USA. No, God Bless America. The other one I was creating just said USA on it. But I just have one shirt so far designed. I'm working on some other ones with some faith-based encouragement and inspiration, some with scripture, just kind of still working on all that stuff on the back end. But I'm currently working on a digital version, printable, for reading the Bible in 1 year, a 365-day plan to read it chronological order in 1 year's time. But I'm not going to be able to finish it in 1 year. I'm behind already, but I'm still going to work on it and show you guys that when I get that finished with a little tracker. And then there's a coloring tracker as well to color in the books of the Bible as you get finished with that. But working on that on the back end, still trying to get stuff decluttered here at the house and stuff too. So just moving right along. All right, let's get in here to July. On over to July. Okay, so here is the July budget. I have already written everything down except for, adding it up at the end. Let me zoom you guys in. These are a lot smaller than 8.5 by 11, so I hope you guys can see. Okay. So this month is a magic month for me. I will get paid 3 paychecks, so that is awesome. Couldn't have came at a better time because I wanted to make sure that I'm still contributing to my sinking funds, the ones that I might not get to as much when I don't have overtime. So the last couple paychecks I have not had overtime, or maybe just a little tiny bit, So for this month of July, I'm estimating a total income of $7,500. That's with 3 checks at the base pay. That's with no overtime. But I'm hoping to maybe get some overtime if we have some people out on vacation, or, kind of get behind on workflow. I may be able to get a little bit of overtime. We've been kind of caught up lately, so we'll see. But if there's any offered, I will definitely take it. Okay, so then next is the debt. This will be the SUV, and the reason it's $1,200 instead of $800 this month is because I have $400 taken out of each check. So that's going to go into that account at my credit union. So I want to make sure that I subtracted that from my budget here. So I almost forgot about that. I had to go back and remember that it wasn't $800, it's $1,200. So that's the total there for $1,200 for the debt. I put the debt. The only one I put over here is the SUV. I know mortgage is the debt, but I always put that with the bills. So mortgage, my portion, or my half of the monthly budget for the mortgage, my half is $858. And then my half of the auto insurance is $260. And then half is internet's $12, half of water's $30, half of electric is $140. And then these will begin the ones that are just for me. Yeah, I think that's how pretty much. Oh, the Verizon is not. But Apple storage is mine, $10. Life insurance is mine, $27. Verizon, my portion is $170. That's for me and my older son. And we still have a couple payments left on our devices. So that will, go down probably, I think it was 2 or 3 more months we'll have those paid off. We went and got phones at the same time, my son and I. So finally about to have those paid off. Apple Music, $19. Instant Ink is $6, and Hulu's $33. So a total for the bills for the month is $1,565 for my portion. And then over here on the variable expenses, this will be anything that's in my wallet. I keep all these envelopes in my wallet. Variable spending. Groceries is anything at Walmart. That is my Walmart pickup, which includes household items and bathroom, personal hygiene. Any of those things will come out of this budget. So I know that seems kind of high for just food, but that's for everything. And this is my portion. My soon-to-be ex-husband is putting his cash for his portion of the groceries. He's transferring that over into the joint account when he transfers the money for his portion of the bills, so that he can have the groceries paid for that way, and he don't have to get cash out and then hand it to me. So whichever way, it's fine with me. So, and then gas is $4.80 for the month, and eating out is $2.40. I can probably lower some of these. I have been looking at on Missy Money's spreadsheet on the Excel. It shows what a percentage or categories are, and the biggest one for me is the variable expenses. So I'm thinking I need to lower that just a little if I can. I forgot to mention too, this is from Missy Money, her planner, missymoney.com. You can check her out in my description and use my discount code FaithBudgets10 and get 10% off. She has binders, wallets, personalized envelopes. She has this planner and also a digital version on Excel. And it is super user-friendly. It's not very costly. I think it was like $20 maybe. So I use it every paycheck. I fill it in, but I'm a paper person too. So I do like to write everything down and do my tracking on here as well. So, but I plug my numbers in on the Excel program just to play around, and when I'm get my overtime, I can easily go in there and just add that to my sinking funds or wherever I need to add that money and allocate that extra money. I can do that easily on there. So yeah, I was looking at that and I was thinking I need to try to decrease the variable expenses, but I don't spend that. Whenever I have any extra, you guys know that in my cash stuffing, I put that money towards savings. So I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. I may just leave it like that for now until I get moved to a new place. I will have a totally new budget. I may, readjust some things then. But for now, anything extra that I don't spend here goes to the savings challenges at the end. So it kind of works out, I guess. I think that helps me to save more. I didn't used to do that before, so I think that helps. If you're interested in savings challenges, I do have videos where I go over how I cash stuff, and then I do savings challenges at the end. So check out those videos. I have a playlist. You can watch the cash stuffing if you're interested in that. And the savings challenges that I do are very simple. They're very minimal, and it's very repetitive because I like to be able to know how much I'm putting in there first of all, and then if I have any extra, I can add that to it, and it doesn't mess up. Like I did used to do like mini Mondays and some of those savings challenges, and they're fun too, but this way kind of really just, it sticks with me. I like it. So okay, so the total here, did I even go over all that? I don't think so. Oh, giving was $90, shopping $240, medications, that's for prescriptions and things like I might pick up at Walgreens. I do have several medications. Well, should I say several? I have 4. Yeah, I guess that would be considered several. I had my thyroid removed. I had thyroid cancer, so I take the generic, it's levothyroxine. So I take that every day. I have to take that. And then I have rheumatoid arthritis, so I do take hydroxychloroquine, or it's called Plaquenil, or hydrochloroquine. I take that every day too, and then also I'm on hormone replacement therapy because I think I went into early menopause, so I'm just 46, so I am taking progesterone, testosterone, and estradiol. So I take all of those to try to, get those numbers back up because they were rock bottom. But I do feel better I think everything's kind of getting regulated, and then also, getting past a lot of things that your body kind of reacts to stress and high cortisol levels, and I think that helps too. So moving past a lot of things, and I think my health is getting a little bit better. So the total there for the variable expenses is $2,550. And then over here for the sinking funds, the fun part, I love saving for sinking funds. This would be anything that I'm saving for throughout the year, or even monthly, just things that I save for that I might not spend every single paycheck, but I know that's going to come up something that's a little larger, like self-care. That's for a lot of different things. So I pull from that for different things for like hair. I do my own nails at home, but I do go to a hairdresser to get my hair colored and cut. And then like for facial products and supplements come out of this as well. So I do have collagen supplement that I put in my drink every morning, and a multivitamin, and greens that I put in my smoothie, trying to stay on top of having a good immune system and healthy skin and hair and nails. So all the things that our body just decides when you get to a certain age and you get older, it just does not produce the things it used to. So we do have to supplement those, and that's what I'm doing. So that's for the self-care. And then there's Sam's. I go when I'm we don't have Sam's here where I live, but whenever I'm out of town at the doctor or going somewhere, I will stop at Sam's, or I will do online orders. And then there's gifts, $60, car maintenance, $120. I'm still trying to keep up with that because I will have to go and have my oil changed at the dealership probably, or somewhere that's ASC certified, because my vehicle is new, so I don't want to lose that warranty. And then home maintenance, $60, entertainment, $180, rent, $175. I'm saving up for rent or moving expenses. So that's $175, and then memberships $120. That's for all the memberships that I have for different. I think it's Sam's. I did cancel my membership for the working out with Sydney Cummings, Howdy Shell, the Sydney squad. I did cancel that because she was pregnant. She's kind of on maternity leave, and that was going to save me a little bit, and I can still do her YouTube videos for free. So, and I can print her calendars out. I think you can purchase those individually, just separately. She has a monthly calendar when she's doing a workout program, and I think they're like $7 or $8. So I thought I can do that whenever I get ready to go back to purchasing her calendars. But she's got so many YouTube videos to work out with. I'm just been using some of her older ones because she's been on maternity leave. So I canceled that. But anyway, insurance premiums $30. That I'm saving up to be able to get ahead of the insurance payment so that I can pay it all at one time and get that discount. So just slowly putting a little bit back there. Car tags $20. Health and medical I put $120, and then Christmas I put $120. I was able to put a lot more here than I would normally in a normal month because see I have this extra paycheck. So I did the extra week for the variable so that I have the week of all of my spending for the wallet, but then also I didn't have to pay bills with that last one, so it goes into the sinking funds. So that's why it was quite a bit more. So $1,575 for sinking funds. Okay, savings and investments. I don't do any of that here because I have it taken out of my paycheck before I get it. It goes into my Fidelity 403B account. And also I have a $50 each paycheck that goes into my emergency fund with my Fidelity, a separate account. And then we have savings challenges. So I'm currently working on 3. I do have one more that I was working on. It was the 100 envelope challenge, but I have put that on pause until after the wedding and possibly move. I don't know if I'll see how things are after I've done saving for the wedding. I may shift back over to that. I think I will. Even if it's just a little bit, I want to get back into that one. I don't want to put it on hold until I get settled and moved, and who knows when that's going to be. Because we're just not having a whole lot of lookers that are interested in our house. It's out in the country, and it has acreage with it, so it's going to take the right people that are looking for it. So we're hoping that we'll get some lookers soon. So for the 52-week challenge, this is going to be for week 27 through 32 because this is a magic month. So that's going to cover 2, 4, 6 weeks, bi-weekly. I get paid bi-weekly, so that's going to cover 6 weeks. So that's 190. Then we have 12-month challenge. We'll be starting the new one from my Etsy shop, the 12-month faith-based savings challenge. So I'll be starting that in July, and it'll be $60 contributing to that because like I said, it's going to be for 6 weeks. So we'll get that probably a little bit into July because that last paycheck in a little bit into August because the last paycheck in July is at the end of the month, and the portion of that will go towards August. Then we have the I Do Savings Challenge for my son's wedding coming up in September, and that is $360. I try to put a little extra in there so that we can get I'm finishing up with buying their gifts, so I went over just a little. I wanted to buy a cute sign. Well, it's a big sign with their name on it and personalized with the year, established 9/27/25, and then I wanted to get them other stuff too, just some things they had on their registry. So I wish I could buy them everything. So the savings challenges total for the month of July is going to be $610. So now let's go in here and see if we did everything correctly. So for the income, it was $7,500. Oh, hang on a second. My son's calling. Okay, let's try this again. He may call me back because my son called and lost service. He was trying to tell me that they went to look at a house, and I think they're going to put an offer in on it. I think they're going to get it. So he may call back. But anyway, the income is $7,500, and then the debt for July is $1,200. And then the bills was $1,565. And then the variable expenses, see, $2,550. And then the sinking funds, $1,575. And then savings and investments, nothing. Savings challenges, $610. All right, let's make sure that we have totaled this up. So 7,500 minus 1,200 minus 1,565 minus 2,550 minus 1,575. Oh, minus 610. Ooh, good. 0. So that's a zero-based budget. And when I say zero-based budget, that doesn't mean that I have $0 left in my accounts. That is just saying that I have given every single dollar an assignment. I've been going over this with my son. They're about to buy a house, so we're discussing budget. He's wanting to help him set up a budget. Looking at all the bills, just trying to estimate how much these things might be for them starting out, and how much of a mortgage can they afford. They don't have any debt. Well, her car, she just purchased a car, but they did really well through college. They did not take on any student loan debt. I think maybe she did, but just a tiny bit. I think she will be finishing that up, I believe. And they both went and got their, they have a 4-year degree. Well, my son has a master's, but they did really, really well. So I'm super proud of them, and I think they're going to do very well. And I was telling him about it. She was kind of iffy about being on a budget. She don't like the word budget, and I said, well, budget's not a bad word. And I showed him this here on my beginning of my budget sheet here. A budget doesn't restrict you, it empowers you. So, and they can make their categories whatever they want them to be. Like they can have, she loves coffee and she's a nurse. And I said, she's going to want coffee to get going for the day. She has 12-hour shifts. So, yeah, make her a line item for coffee. That's perfectly fine. Whatever they choose to spend their money on. And then maybe they can meal prep and cut the corners another way, and take their lunches. And she can still have her coffee. And if she wants a guilt-free spending, they can both have his and her spending, just a small amount, and that's you can track it that way, and you'll know how much you're spending on each thing. So I think they're doing good, and he is calling me back. So hang on, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry again, guys. I'm back. I can't remember where I was. I think I was talking about the zero-based budget, but that's what Dave Ramsey recommends as well. It's a zero-based budget. Doesn't mean that you have used every dollar you have and you have no money in your checking account. It just means that you have assigned each dollar an assignment to go somewhere, even if it might just be to go into savings account or to set in your checking account for your bills, or you take it out in cash for your spending. So it's just a term, zero-based. You give every single dollar an assignment. And then this is the monthly funding plan that this is from Veda at the Simple Budget. This is just kind of how I map out my sinking funds for each paycheck. I know how much I'm taking out for the month, so then I separate it by the paycheck. And then, as you can see, I ran out of money, so a lot of it will be taken out of that last paycheck because the rest of it, the bills had to be paid with these two. So, and then the savings challenges as well. That's how I calculate my savings challenges to make sure I have the right money coming out of each check, to account for those. It's just my little funding plan there. Okay, guys, so I think that's it for the July monthly budget. Let me zoom out just a little. So we're ready for July. Let's go ahead and get this Bible trivia answered. How many of Jacob's family went to Egypt during the famine? 30, 50, or 70 people? And answer C. 70 people in total from Jacob's household, children and grandchildren, went to Egypt during the 7-year famine. 430 years later, they had grown to over 600,000 men, plus women and children. And the references for this are Genesis and Exodus. I remember reading these. I'm still in Numbers right now, but I remember reading about this. Very interesting. Okay, so that is number 5. And next time we'll do number 6. I think the next video will probably be going, I think I'm going to cash out my 12-month savings challenge because I completed that at the end of June. So I may go ahead and cash that out and set up my new binder for the new 12-month challenge from my Etsy shop, Faith Rooted Designs. You can click on that below. It's got, I think there's a link in the description that'll take you right to my Etsy shop if you want to check it out. If you want to purchase anything or just go over there and give me a heart and favorite my shop, I think that kind of boosts things up, you know, as far as like the algorithm or whatever for Etsy. I'm not sure how that works. But I'm going to get started with that, the 12-month challenge for the July. So I want to swap that over, take all the cash out, and then swap binders and get ready for starting in July for the new 12-month challenge. So I like that it's a mid-year. Most of the time you start in January, but you don't have to. You can start it whenever you want to. And then just what I really like about it is most of the time you're cashing out your savings challenges, you know, maybe in December, January. But this time I have like a mid-year challenge that I'm getting to complete and cash out. And luckily it's happened at a good time. I think I'm going to use it for the wedding rehearsal dinner. I think it's going to be the exact amount that I'm going to need for the food for the rehearsal dinner. So worked out really good. And I can use the other money for, well, I've already used a lot of it for buying their gifts for their shower and also preparing the food, buying the food that I'll be preparing for the shower, the wedding shower. We're going to do like finger foods, meatballs, and pinwheels. What else? 2 types of pinwheels, meatballs, buffalo chicken dip, and chips. I thought there was something else. Maybe I'm just doing pinwheels and meatballs. I thought, oh, and I'm making sweet tea, of course. And I think that was it. But yeah, to pay for the food for that stuff. So, pimento cheese, homemade pimento cheese pinwheels. And then I'm going to do ham and cheese as well, little pinwheels. So I'm going to do a little sample run with it. I did the meatballs already. Tried those one day this week. They were really good. So I'm going to keep that recipe and just buy more and add to the quantity of it so that I can make in bulk. And then I think today or tomorrow I'm going to try to make that homemade pimento cheese salad and like pimento cheese spread and put that on the tortilla and make pinwheels out of that. So I'm going to do a little sample taste testing and all that to make sure it turns out okay. And I know, because I've never made them, so I don't want to be trying to do that the day before the shower and not know what I'm doing. So just like a little sample run. So I'll let you guys know how that works. So far the meatballs are good. And I'm just rambling on. So that's it, I guess, for this video, guys. I'll get that video up with the savings challenge, 12-month savings challenge completion. And then the next video will be for the first paycheck in July. I'll do a budget with me to go over that, how I've, what bills are coming out of that week. And then the cash that I'll be taking out, for that. And then the next video will be the cash stuffing and savings challenge for that week. And then the next week will be the next week for that. So we'll do savings challenges and cash stuffing weekly. Even though I get paid bi-weekly, I still do cash stuffings weekly. I just split it when I get paid every 2 weeks. So anyway, thank you guys so much for commenting, subscribing. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video, please just hit that little thumbs up and give me a like. And I look forward to coming back next time and sharing what's going on with the savings challenge and also the budget coming up in July and anything that's happening with the divorce. I'll try to keep you guys updated as anything changes. So far, and we're just waiting for the house to sell. But anyway, thank you guys so much for your prayers, your encouragement, your inspiration. You guys really do lift me up, whenever I'm down and just uncertain, through these different times. It's just different and out of routine. So thank you guys so much. It means a lot to be able to have you guys to turn to and just focus on this. Like, it gets things off my mind, other things that might bring you down. So thank you guys so much. I hope that maybe this helps somebody as well that's maybe going through the same thing or that has been. If you can relate, hit that like button. I mean, I see a lot of videos and I'm thinking, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about, girl, you know. So it's good to relate to things that's going on in your life. Anyway, I'm just blabbing on now at this point. I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you guys so much. But until then, I hope you find blessings in all the little things. Thanks.